Cluttered Corner one more time with Thom Shepherd.
There we are. Yeah.
Welcome back.
Glad to be here again.
I'm glad you're here. I'm going to ask you something because it fascinates me.
Okay.
You have a film and television degree from George Mason University.
Yes, I do.
How does that apply to your work?
Well, you know, I've been able to do some of my own music videos because of that. I've been able to use that in a lot of ways.
Well, that's great.
And you know, film and television production is a lot like music production.
Mm-hmm.
Same deal. A lot of preparation. A lot of there's a lot of creative side that goes into it. So it all it's all in the same family.
Well, it's a funny thing because especially these days, it's all study for a job, study for a job. But it seems to me that if you study something you care about, it's going to fit whatever you do.
It's true.
Because you learned it.
Yeah, it's true.
Oh, well, that's cool.
Yeah. I filmed our last video that Coley McCabe and I did called I'm With You.
Mm-hmm.
And we shot it at the Grand Canyon.
Oh,
and
it
looks
fun,
gorgeous.
Wasn't it? I'm sure
Yeah.
it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Well, good. Do you ever want to make a movie?
Yeah. Actually, yeah. I've got a couple of movie ideas. I just got to find the right people to run it by.
Good. Somebody who wants to pay for it.
That has to happen first.
I was thinking as I was looking over your bio, it's one thing, a pretty big thing, to have 5 #1 singles. But it's an even bigger thing to think that you've had 100 songs recorded by other people.
Yeah.
How long did that take, Tom?
That took about, probably 15 years maybe?
And
maybe 12 years?
Do we credit this all to Redneck Yacht Club?
No, it was before that.
Okay.
I guess Private Malone really is the one
Malone.
that started it all, but I had a few songs recorded before that even.
Wow.
But that was the first one that people had heard of.
Right.
But when I kept track of a list of everybody that's recorded one of my songs, and I mean, this is everybody. This is like the people you've never heard of. Everybody.
Plus Kevin Fowler.
Yeah. Kevin's recorded 6 now.
Wow, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. You and Kevin seem to have a real affinity for the slightly satiric, have some fun, but still keep everybody happy. True?
Yeah. You know how we met? Actually, I was going to Sony in Nashville to try to get a record deal, and it didn't work out. And then a week later, Kevin went there to try to see if they'd sign him to a deal, and it didn't work out for him. But they told Kevin, they said, you should look up this guy Thom Shepherd. He was just in here last week, and we think you all would be really great to write together or to do things together.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how we got hooked up.
Well, I love the 6-pack, period. But what do I love the most? I wasn't going to drink today. I think you and Kevin make a fabulous duo.
Well, they say write what you know, and he and I both know a lot about that. I thought, what better song to start off a drinking song project with than I wasn't going to drink today.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
If you don't want to answer this, you don't have to. Is Beer Pong Anthem a parody or a satire on Red Solo Cup?
No, not really.
Okay.
Not really. It's just, beer pong's really gotten popular. And
gee, I wonder why.
It's gotten really popular. And, if you do a search on iTunes for beer pong songs, they're all kind of lousy rap songs. There's not really been a country or mainstream version of a song about beer pong, so we thought we need to fill a need.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it has that real anthemic, is that a word? Anthemic
It is.
quality.
Yeah.
So, how's the tournament going, and are you ready for Vegas?
Yes, getting ready, getting prepared. I've been practicing a lot. I've been on a radio tour for the last 2 or 3 weeks, and every morning we set up the beer pong table at the interviews, and I've been playing, and I'm getting pretty good at it.
And I'm sure the radio people are very happy to play with you.
Oh yes, they are. It definitely, you could say, it definitely livens up the morning show when you're playing beer pong.
I suppose it does. Now I'm not quite sure how this is for the listeners.
Yeah, it's like watching golf on the radio. One place I went though, they had the local sports guy do a play-by-play of us playing it. That was a little more exciting.
That would be more fun. Well, did you really just write the song because you know a lot of people are doing this, or was there some other motivation?
Well, one of the guys that wrote the song with his name Dan Stone, and Dan works for a magazine called Study Breaks,
Oh,
which is a
okay.
college magazine.
Yes, I can tell.
And so Dan, he's the one that came up with the idea of, man, everybody, all these college students play beer pong all the time. And not just college students, a lot of people play it.
Right.
So he said, I feel like we should write a song about it. And so he had a few lyrics, but it didn't sound like an anthem. You know,
It does now.
and I said, this needs some yelling in it.
How many people are on it in the chorus?
In the chorus, I think we had maybe 6 or 7 people, and we had them do their part, and then we had them do it 2 or 3 times, so it
Right.
sounds like it's
So it sounds like a crowd.
30 people.
Okay. Now, I understand that there's a difference between the 6-pack and the 12-pack.
hmm
And I'm not talking about at a beer store. So what's
Yeah.
the difference?
6 songs.
Okay, and how do I get the 12-pack?
Well, the only way you can get the 12-pack right now is if you come see me live and in person at a show. I have some made up, and it's actually a 14-pack.
Oh, wow.
You know, I have a film and television degree.
2 bonus.
I didn't major in math. But
So-
2 bonus tracks.
Okay, so I can buy the 6-pack online
The 6-pack will be online after Christmas.
after Christmas. Okay.
And then the 12-pack you can get
By coming out.
by coming to see the show. And you can get Beer Pong Anthem, the single, right now. It's available on iTunes now.
Okay,
Mhm.
all right, great. Because if you don't have beer pong or you haven't heard beer pong, then you obviously want to check this out. What's your website?
It's ThomShepherd.com. It's ThomShepherd.com.
He did major in complicated way to spell Thom Shepherd.
Yes. Right.
Okay, so you've done 9 tours in 17 countries for the military.
hmm
How did that come about?
Well, you know, after 9/11 happened, I thought, man, I want to do something. I want to do something to show my support of the military. And I knew this girl in Nashville who had been on a lot of tours. And I said, whatever I have to do, you got to hook me up with those people.
Right.
So in 2003, I think it was, I started doing those in Alaska. I did 3 to Alaska, 3 in a row to Alaska, and then we went to Europe, and then we went back to Europe, and then the Middle East, and then back to Europe again, and Kosovo and Germany, Eastern Europe.
Grief.
Went to Greenland one time. Amazing.
Where have you not been?
I haven't been to Asia. I haven't been to
Okay.
Japan or Australia or any of those places yet, but
Well,
some of the
that's-
greatest shows I've ever been a part of. Really,
I
very
bet.
proud. All of them, just some of my proudest moments. You know.
Well, I would think that not only is it very special for you, but it must be such a relief to them because a lot of their life is boring. It's always hard.
Oh yeah, yeah, and you know the places that people usually tell us, oh, that's the worst place to go. You're gonna hate that. Those are, to me, are always the best ones because the people that are serving there are so starved for something fun to do. They're just
Right.
working so hard.
Right.
So those have been some of the greatest ones. Like when we went to a couple places in Alaska that were pretty remote. That was the biggest party.
How'd you get there?
We
Wow.
flew in, yeah. Most of the time we fly commercial, surprisingly. Even in the Middle East we flew commercial, but some of the times we'll fly in on a C-130 or a C-5 or something like that.
No dog sled.
No. We did get to go snowmobiling, though. That was
Oh,
pretty
that's
cool.
great. Well, thank you for coming by the corner. And if they want to find out where they can see Thom Shepherd and pick up their 12-pack, how do they find your tour dates?
Right on my website, ThomShepherd.com, ThomShepherd, or on Facebook. I think there's an app on my Facebook page, which is Thom Shepherd Music
Okay,
on Facebook.
great. Well, thanks for coming in.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Beer pong anthem. Beer pong.